Plants are a beautiful thing. They provide air, food, shade, everything.
My lord, they're destroying the crops.
Crops are very important asset for a growing community. Although very hard to grow, if they span for miles upon miles of land, they can feed hundreds. Although, the anatomy of a plant is horrifically complicated. So, in learning this, I will teach you in this video the tallest trees to the smallest of grasses of their anatomy. Starting on the plant's anatomy, we are going to start with the base, the root system. For there are three main parts to the root system: the actual roots themselves, the tubers, and the rhine zones. For these, we're going to start with the actual roots. For the roots are these long strands, sometimes very thick for the larger plants like you see in redwood trees. For they go down into the earth and suck up nutrients, chemicals, and compounds, and absorb them and eat them, if you will. For they are almost the food of the plant. For they are very important. Not only do they eat for the plant, but they also anchor the plants. They are the base, the framework, the concrete, if you will. Following the roots, we have the tubers. The tubers are what you're going to see for most potato plants and other plants, like vegetative plants. For they are where the seeds come from. They are placed on the very edge of the roots. For our example here, we do not have any tubers. But say for your potato plants, you can find many tubers in the right season. Continuing, we have the rhine zones. For they branch off and stem up anew plants, for they are connected to the central root system. For they think of brothers and sisters for the main root system. For like boys and girls for a neighborhood that I didn't grow up on. Yes. Next, we have the shoot system. It is mainly brought up of, again, three parts. We have the petals, the stem, and, of course, the leaves. For possibly one of the most important steps, the stem. It holds up the plant along with the roots, as it is the central structure of the plants of the open air. It is the majority of what you see when you look at a plant, and it's still in the ground. It holds all of the plant's central organs, and is very important. Next, we have the leaves. For the leaves, they gather sunlight and gather air, for again, much like the roots, gather its, like, nutrients, like to eat, if you will. They are very important. And the leaves are attached by petals. They hold up the leaves, making it the branches, if you will. And it is horrifically, like, the organs are, I can make a whole nother video on it. They are just astounding. But we do not have time for that today. For now, please excuse me. Yeah! Continuing with our anatomy, we will end with the leaf itself. For one of the most beautiful aspects of nature, it is made up of the blade and the veins of the leaf, as you can see. Multiple veins running across, and the largest leaves, spanning inches. For they are beautiful. They are multi-spectrum of colors, and they carry nutrients throughout the leaf. Possibly one of the most important species of plants. For the plant with its leaves is possibly one of the most beautiful aspects of nature, covering the landscape with greens, but even oranges and reds in the fall. God, I love the fall. Do you love the fall? Oh, it's such a nice one. It's my favorite, to be honest. Are we keeping this in? For with the root system and the stem system, also called the shoot system, along with the leaves, we find ourselves in perfect harmony with nature and its beautiful creation, the plant. But what does the plant give us other than beauty, air, food, shade, everything that a man and women would need for their lives and their full community? Well, there are a multitude of things that the plant is used for in today's world. I will list a small amount of them. Bread for those crops like wheat. Sugar for those extracts like sugar cane, used for your oh so amazing candies and sweets. Cereals for those grains like again wheat. Coffee for those coffee beans. I love me some coffee. Tea for you tea lovers that are weird and don't like coffee. Just drink coffee. They're basically the same thing. Oh my gosh. Stop saying you want your tea. British people. Candy for more sweets and things like that. Those amazing, beautiful treats that aren't healthy for you at all. You should really not eat any candy. It's horrible for your teeth. Fruits and vegetables. I know this may seem obvious, but imagine a world without the amazing apples, oranges, watermelons, blueberries, raspberries, elderberries, dragon fruits, everything you can imagine. Gone if plants die. Herbs and spices to season your little steaks and amazing meats and other foods. Just splendid. Clothes, the very cotton you wear as we speak, is made of plants that we grow in this very day. Toiletries, like your shampoo. Yes, even your shampoo. Imagine having nasty oily hair. I already know some people with nasty oily hair. They're disgusting because they don't shower. I go to high school. They're disgusting. Don't be like those guys. Housing. You know what your house is made of? Wood. From plants. From trees. Sports. You play hockey, good sir, or you play cricket. I don't know why you would play cricket in America. But those objects, those baseball bats, are made from wood. You need those things for those sports. Music instruments. Hundreds of music instruments include wood that you so dearly need to make that beautiful music that everyone so lovingly listens to. Furniture. The very thing I am sitting on now. This bench. Plants. Granted, they're dead, but they served their time. Beautiful plants made this very bench I sit on. Drawings. Those beautiful things artists make. Those pencils made from wood. Those beautiful things that you can make with the simple pencil from wood. And finally, the very thing I hold in this paper. Paper. That's exactly what it is. Paper from trees. Isn't that insane? We get paper. The very thing that your school education depends on is made from trees, from plants. Bandages and medicine, all from trees, extracted by those beautiful plants. Everywhere, surrounding you. Just breathe with me. Isn't it wonderful? Surrounded by forestry, breathing in the air they give. Now come with me, gentlemen, as we go embrace the most wonderful thing nature has made. A tree. Come, gentlemen. Come on. Isn't this nice?
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of this documentary.
Starting off the plant anatomy, we are going to start on the base, the root system, if you will. For there are three main parts: the actual roots, the tubers, and the rhizomes. For starters, we'll start with the actual roots. They're going to be the long strands you see on the plants. They're going to gain nutrients, the chemicals and compounds that plants need to absorb.
Stop.
Timer starts. You're counting down, Declan.
Gosh.
Plants are a beautiful thing. They provide air, food, shade, everything a growing
My
community.
lord, they're destroying the crops.
Crops are very important for a growing civilization, for they provide food, sometimes shelter, and they provide so much to growing communities. Although the plant's anatomy is so connected that they go from the tallest trees to the smallest of grasses.